this is Rebecca Smith with Help for Homeschool. It is not uncommon to get a fair share of criticism whenever you share with others your decision to homeschool. People love to give unsolicited concerns about the well being of your kids and your educational choice. And often, as homeschool parents, we feel the need to constantly defend ourselves and our choice for our family. And those criticisms can sometimes make us worried that we haven't made the right choice for our kids. And while there are definitely advantages and disadvantages to every type of education, today I want to share with you 5 benefits to homeschooling. Number 1, family flexibility. Homeschooling can provide families an opportunity to break out of that normal school schedule and find a rhythm that works well for them to maximize family time together. Maybe the dad is a firefighter and he is working 2 days on, 4 days off, and you want to make sure that the kids are off on his days off too. Or maybe mom is a nurse and works 2 late 12-hour shifts a week, and she needs to push schooling later in the day on the mornings that she gets home from work. Whatever your non-traditional family schedule is, homeschooling can provide an excellent opportunity to maximize that time together and take advantage of the flexibility of the schedule. Number 2, better socialization opportunities. Now, homeschooling is usually criticized for not providing enough socialization opportunities for kids. Don't kids need to be in a class with kids the same age as them for most of the week so that they learn how to socialize? I propose that homeschooling can provide even better opportunities for socialization. Homeschool kids are often socialized among a wide array of ages instead of segregated into a classroom of only same age peers. When else in life are we only interacting with people the same age as us? That really only occurs in school. By the time we grow up, we're interacting with a variety of ages. You're working alongside adults much older or much younger than you with a variety of backgrounds. So it makes a lot of sense to me to raise children who are interacting with a variety of ages, not just only same age peers. Of course, it does take some intentionality on the part of the parents to provide those socialization activities for kids. But I have not found it difficult to do. Between church and sports and homeschool co-op and just going out, living everyday life, I feel like my kids have lots of opportunities to socialize and have valuable social interactions on a daily basis. Number 3, a personalized education. Many kids benefit from having a personalized one-on-one education. A personalized one-on-one education can't be beaten. Many kids, especially those with special educational needs, really benefit from having a personalized education plan. In fact, if you are in public school and you have special educational needs, you are given an IEP, an individualized educational program to help you exceed. Many people choose to homeschool because they are able to personalize their kids' education and provide the best education possible for their kid. Have a child who is gifted in math? You can let them move as quickly through math as possible. Have a student who is struggling in writing? You can remediate that. Have a child who is a sensory seeker? You can provide them lots of opportunities to get sensory input and run around and jump, whatever they need to do so that they can quiet their body and focus when it is time to do academic work. Or maybe you have a child that is a sensory avoider and they need a quiet, less distracting school environment. Whatever the case may be, homeschooling can provide you with the personalized education that your child needs. Number 4, freedom to pursue interests. Homeschooling takes less time than public school does. It just does. When you have a classroom of 1 kid or even a classroom of 5, like I have, you can just get through this school day more quickly than if they were a classroom of 30. It just does not take as long. And this leaves plenty of opportunities for kids to discover, develop, and dive into their interests. You will find homeschoolers with really specific and well-developed interests often. I think it's one of the reasons sometimes they get labeled as weird because they have very special interests often. Sometimes these will be more typical, like sports or science or something like that. And then sometimes it's very specific and different, like sewing or history. And having the opportunity to pursue those interests is one of the big strengths of homeschooling. I think that you find that many homeschoolers, when it comes time for them to go to college or pursue a professional path, have a better and more well-developed idea of what they want to do because they have had that freedom and that flexibility to find out what they really like and what they really enjoy earlier than some of their public school peers do. And point number 5. Now, this is one of my favorite things about homeschooling, and that is that it almost completely eliminates the performance gap between high and low income students and between students of various ethnicities in the United States. In the research done by Brian D. Ray, and I'm going to post links to this and lots of other research in the description below, make sure to check it out. He says that there is a small statistical advantage to students whose parents are well educated, but otherwise, there is no statistical difference for homeschool students on how they performed regardless of income level, of family size, of race, or any of that. Homeschool students, on average, score about 30 points higher on standardized testing than their public school peers, regardless of all of those factors. As part of our national discussion right now, we're spending so much time talking about how to create a fair and equitable education for all students. It is a problem that we are facing. Homeschooling often gets criticized as being elitist, when in fact, homeschool families have the same median income as non-homeschooling families. In a time when so much of our national dialogue is about creating a fair and equitable education, homeschooling is doing just that. Homeschooling is erasing those huge performance gaps that we are trying to eliminate, even though it is often criticized as doing the opposite. It's really bridging huge gaps that we see and providing a wonderful education to all kids. I love that. So those are 5 benefits to homeschooling. Thank you so much for watching. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Can you think of other benefits to homeschooling that I did not mention? Please post it below. I would love to hear your opinion. Please make sure to subscribe and happy homeschooling.